the recording. So just saying, it means that, as I said, that this webinar is being recorded. What it means is that if you prefer not to be recorded, so you might keep your camera off. And by remaining on this session, you consent that this webinar is being recorded. So let's continue by sharing that we are very happy to have you here, and of course to discover inspiring examples from across Europe and from our network from ENOS, and how outdoor sports can support health, inclusion, and also community well-being through cross-sectoral collaboration. So let's start. Let me begin with a quick look and who we are at ENOS. So ENOS is European network of outdoor sports that brings together organizations, communities, and also policymakers from across Europe who share one vision: to make outdoor sports accessible and inclusive and sustainable for everyone. So in fact, the core strength of ENOS is about collaboration. We connect local initiatives, we connect public authorities, research organizations to work together to promote outdoor recreation and protect our natural spaces. We believe that to be active in outdoor sports is not just about making sports. It's more about it's also about health, well-being, education, and of course caring for the environment. And that's exactly what the Healthy Lifestyles for Europe project is about, is to show how these areas, they intersect themselves, and how we can build also stronger communities and also healthier communities through physical education. Let me give you a quick overview of our agenda for today. We will start with an introduction of the project Healthy Lifestyles for Europe project, presented by Alina Rebes, Senior Policy Officer at EuropeActive and coordinator of the project. And then we will move to two very inspiring sessions, best practice. The first best practice, we will travel to Denmark to hear from Kasper Knudsen, Manager for Sports at Silkeborg Municipality, Silkeborg Commune. And after that, the presenter will be João Zamit, Chairman from Viana Surf Club and Director of Surfing Viana High Performance Center. João is also a board member of ENOS. And in the end, we will have a final discussion with few questions and answers. So, but before we begin the presentation, so let's just a quick word how this session will run. So if you have any questions for our speakers, please type them in the chat at any time during our presentation, and we will be collecting them and we will address them in the end of the webinar. So if you will also receive the presentation via email, so the presentation and the links to the presentations, and we will make them accessible on ENOS website. So now, without losing much more time, let's move to our first speaker. So Alina is the first speaker, as I said. Alina will share how cross-sector collaboration can support more active and healthier communities across Europe. So please, Alina, the floor is yours.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone. Big thank you to Luis and the ENOS team for inviting us today to present the Healthy Lifestyle for Europe project, funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union, contractually obliged to say that. So it's great to be presenting to the, I assume, outdoors community, but also beyond during this webinar. So my name is Alina Kebesh. I'm a Senior Policy Officer at EuropeActive, and as Luis said, we have the pleasure of coordinating this project. So maybe next slide, just a few words about EuropeActive. We are a membership-based organization representing the European fitness and physical activity sector. So our network is quite broad, from club operators, equipment suppliers, also fintech companies, and 30 national associations across Europe. And every year we produce a health and fitness market report. And according to the latest data, the European fitness industry now serves 70 million club users. And our goal is to reach 100 by 2030. And that's because ultimately our mission is to get more people more active more often. That's our catchphrase. So the sector is evolving, and our main focus is really to shift the narrative and the conversation from fitness and to health, and to build bridges across sectors to enable healthier, more active lifestyles for all. And it's really from this idea that the project Healthy Lifestyle for Europe was born. Maybe next slide. So when we look at the current numbers and projections, they were quite sobering. According to the latest Eurobarometer, 45% of Europeans report to never exercise or engage in any form of physical activity. The WHO data show that 1 in 3 Europeans, but this is also global statistics, are not active enough, and they do not meet the minimum physical activity levels, which is 150 minutes per week of like moderate physical activity or 90 minutes of rigorous, intense physical activity. So in short, in Europe, but also globally, we're really facing an inactivity pandemic, and it's driven by a number of factors, but increasingly by our sedentary lifestyles and behaviors. So the core idea behind Healthy Lifestyle for Europe is to foster a cross-sectoral approach to healthy lifestyle promotion among a variety of stakeholders. And in line with the Commission's and WHO visions and existing policy initiatives, and of course, in sight of tackling the increasing burden of chronic diseases, of non-communicable diseases, and reducing health inequalities across Europe. So in our community, we know that physical activity is a cornerstone for the prevention, management, and care of NCDs. Again, there is a plethora of research and evidence which is there, and WHO did a study which showcased that if people were to actually reach the minimum levels of physical activity, we could prevent up to 11.5 million new cases of NCDs by 2050, and that would be a huge gain for both public health and our healthcare budgets. So maybe next slide, please. So we officially kicked off our project in January 2024. It will run until June 2026. And over these 2.5 years, our aim is to raise awareness about the importance of cross-sector healthy lifestyle promotion, to facilitate this collaboration through a dedicated stakeholder platform, to identify and share good practices of successful initiatives and successful cross-sector collaborations, and to feed all the learnings of this project into future policy recommendations to inform future actions. So all in all, for these actions, we want to help build on the legacy of the European Commission's past campaign called Healthy Lifestyle for All, and to support the next wave of European initiatives which promote healthy and active living. Next slide, please. A few words about our amazing consortium. It really brings together both national and European organizations from diverse fields. So we have representatives from fitness, physical activity, but also outdoor sectors, health, where we have doctors, patients, and carers represented, but also active mobility. So I think having partners from such wide and varied backgrounds gives us really a strong foundation to understand where silos lie for cross-sector collaboration, but also look at challenges and opportunities to promote this approach. So in the next slide, I'll talk a bit more about the activities that we have already implemented and carried out. So in the beginning of the project and led by ENOS, we published a call to action addressed to policymakers and other key stakeholders, highlighting the need to enable more cross-sectoral approaches to promote healthy lifestyles across Europe. So we really built our case by compiling all the latest research on physical inactivity, its links to NCDs, to quality of life, to public health. And based on that, we developed a set of key policy asks. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but some included increased funding and improved accessibility for initiatives that support this multi-sectoral collaboration and coordination problems, platforms dedicated to healthy lifestyle promotion. Also, we really need more research looking into what really works to get more people active and to reduce sedentary behavior at the population level, but also integrating physical activity into clinical practice. So making sure that at primary healthcare level, we don't get prescribed only pills, but also prevention programs and physical activity included into that. So our call to action was endorsed by over 80 organizations across Europe. I think it gave us a good launchpad to present our project and our case for cross-sector collaboration during our first community building conference in Brussels in November 2024. And there is a picture of that here. So I think it was a really good event because we were lucky to have representatives from the main institutions like the European Commission, the Council Presidency, but also WHO, OECD. We had representatives from research and academia, and I think most importantly, organizations already active in cross-sectoral initiatives. So they've shared some fantastic examples of good practices and of the work that they're doing, and I'm looking forward to also hearing from the next speakers on their initiatives. Because one of the, maybe next slide. So this is really the core of our project, and one of the main sources of information and the research backbone which we have is the cross-sectoral good practice library. So together as a consortium, we've collected more than 120 examples of successful collaborations for healthy lifestyles from across Europe and a bit beyond. It is a rich collection of inspiring initiatives, bridging health, physical activity, public administration, environmental, urban planning sectors, and more. And when you really go to the platform and look into these initiatives, they range from small community-based projects to more like long-term, well-funded programs. But what they all have in common is that they produce a tangible positive impact on people and communities. So all of these initiatives already have a proven outcome and impact. Maybe next slide. So after this desk research phase was completed, we also launched a call for good practice sharing. And for this call, organizations that have implemented initiatives with proven outcomes can submit their examples through our online platform. The call is open for 1 more week until the end of this month. And Luis will talk a bit more about this towards the end of the webinar. But if you have been involved or know of an initiative that fits the criteria which are defined on our platform, we would be happy if you could take 10 minutes to submit it and join our community and contribute to this growing body of knowledge. Next slide, please. My last one. Basically, looking ahead, we have a bit over half a year left of the project implementation. The next step for us would be to reach out to the most promising cross-sectoral initiatives and invite them to join one of our 4 virtual focus groups. During these conversations, we'll take a closer look at the implementation journey of each initiative and see what worked well, how the community responded, and essentially what were the barriers and enablers of these initiatives to take place and shape. So the insights that we will gather from these discussions will directly inform our policy recommendations, which of course we'll see how the discussions evolve, but our aim is to base these policy recommendations on practical solutions on barriers and enablers to cross-sector collaboration. The recommendations will be presented at the final conference in Brussels in May 2026. So the conference will coincide with the European Public Health Week. And if any of you happen to be in Brussels during that time, do let us know. We'll be happy to add you to our mailing list and send you an invitation to this event. So that's all from my side. Thanks for your attention. And if you have any questions, I guess we'll take them later on during the webinar.
So thank you, Alina. Thank you very much for your presentation. The two case best practice that we bring here, they are in the platform. So that's the reason why we bring them here. And now we will hear from Kasper. Kasper leads the initiative Sports During the Day, a wonderful example of how local communities can create inclusive, active lifestyles by engaging citizens of all ages, including older adults and those who are in vulnerable situations. So, Kasper, welcome, and we are very excited to hear your story.
Thank you. Just share my screen. Can you see it? No.
Not yet.
Not yet. We just tested before, so it's not. Sorry. One moment.
Just a few seconds.
Yeah, I don't know where it went. That's I don't know where it went. Do you have it? Sorry.
Just a few seconds. I will share my presentation from your presentation from my computer. So just. Sorry for this. Just a second.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay. Can you try to? Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Kasper. Thank you, everyone, for this way.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kasper from Denmark, and ENOS, thanks for the invitation. I will talk about Idræt om Dagen in Silkeborg, also called Sports During the Day. I'll use the term Idræt om Dagen. I hope it's okay. It's about the active life and the use of nature from a health promoting and preventive perspective. I'll start somewhere else. Maybe you know the comic strip Peanuts with Charlie Brown and Snoopy. They are here sitting, looking over the ocean, philosophizing of their life. Charlie Brown says, "We only live once." Snoopy corrects him and said, "Wrong. We only die once. We live every day." And that's how we see life in Idræt om Dagen in Silkeborg. It's organized under Health Across in Health and care department in Silkeborg municipality. It's a health promoting a preventive exercise offered during the day of all adult citizens in Silkeborg, primarily elderly people. It's a supplement to the existing club life in Silkeborg municipality, and it's a part of the health and promotion prevention policy, as well as sports and leisure policy around the good life. For the people or for the participants, it's a cheap, flexible, and varied exercise offered during the day. We have a motto called Idræt om Dagen is easier way to a more active and healthy life. And the big why, what are we concerned with, is the active life is Idræt om Dagen's motto, because we are, as a municipality, must provide the framework for our citizens to have the opportunity to stay active all their lives and despite any defects or diseases. Idræt om Dagen in Silkeborg is therefore committed to reaching as many users as possible and keeping them active so that we can help them strengthen their physical and mental health. This through active and meaningful communities. One more motto: we don't train to get younger, but to be able to get older. Our target group, every week almost 1,000 citizens meet in our active and meaningful communities, and with over 25 different activities in everyday life and with other individual events, we reach over 1,500 to 2,000 citizens. Who are they? That's primarily senior citizens, elderly people such as pensioners who for various reasons do not have the opportunity to participate in the existing club life. It could be citizens who are not used to sports, inactive, and those affected by illness, including early retires as well as the unemployed, citizens of flexible jobs or with changing working hours, and people who are lonely. Idræt om Dagen relies on 60 to 70 volunteers, instructors who each year contribute to support a wide range of welfare tasks for the benefit of themselves and other citizens. Here are some pictures for some of our activities, both inside and outside. We use outdoor a lot. We have in Silkeborg a beautiful nature, so of course we use that. The yellow poster is a Hjulsø Rundt family cycling race where we support the local cancer and cardiac organization. Yes. Another statement. When we ask our participants, our colleagues, and our partners, we also, what is the good life? Now it's in Danish, but what is the good life for you? Many of the answers is community. That's fællesskab in Danish, which is in the central. Most of them answers community is the most important thing for their health. So you can say health through communities, and that's what we're doing in Silkeborg. Here are some examples. Up in your left side is badminton, and I quoted a third half. We have a man, Ole, who is a volunteer. He once used the third time in the changing room to talk to the other people, not about if the ball was in or out, but about how it's going in the home front, about diseases. He says, it was among other things. Here I got myself together to go to the doctor after a talk about prostate cancer. And yep, there was bingo. Several of the male players have now gone through a treatment of cancer and the cases are under control today. So this is a positive experience of opening up and using each other. Another example, down on the bottom left, it's training in the open. Here after a wet and rainy training season, 3 ladies went together and we talked with them, and they said, it's nice to meet each other. I have never set up alone in this weather. This provides good energy, and there's also a room for a little chat during or afterwards. Then we have the 2 examples on your right side. It's tandem cycling for blind and visual impaired. A social community where the visual impaired are together with the sighted. The exercise and the opportunity to get away are important, but the mutual trust and the social events strengthen the relationship. Doing something meaningful for each other and at the same time contributing to the community is the driving force for the most volunteers. This offer takes place in collaboration with the Vision consultant in Silkeborg municipality. On your right, we have the Forest Walkers. It's for people with dementia and their relatives. It's a walking community led by a couple of changing volunteer tour leaders from Idræt om Dagen. It's a cozy and active community for an often isolated group. The volunteers ensure a good atmosphere and that everyone gets home safely. This offer takes place in collaboration with the dementia consultants in Silkeborg municipality. And the two last examples, this is on a trip with the Friday walks. Each Friday, 70, 80 people walk together. Last Friday, Carmen Dixon here in the picture joined in for the second time. She has just lost her husband and had seen it on the internet and thought that she could get something social by going with others. So she said, you have to reach out and take the initiative yourself. And this walk provides both exercise and socializing with others, she says, during a break on the trip. And the last one, Niels Jørgen here, is a volunteer in Idræt om Dagen. He mentioned that the community is important. There are many single people or people who live alone who create a network via these walks. They come primarily for the social community, which also come along. And of course, the beautiful outdoor experiences as well. So it's about creating motivating sports environments. Have an open mind, open door, saying, come and join in. In Denmark, we have this sports organization called DGI, who have made this model or method about what motivates us. Some are motivated by the being healthy, about strength, condition, also going fit. The second one is Go Pro. It's about being good. Take care of looking at the performance, the results. The third one is about being in the present, having fun, being playful. And the last one, which is common in motivation in Idræt om Dagen, is being together, about relationships, including everyone. So that's a way to see how we get motivated to go to activities. There's also this activity, not a study called ABC for your mental health, where the A stands for act, do something active. When we stay active, we feel happier and at the same time find it easier to deal with everyday challenges. The B stands for belong, do something together, create a sense of belonging. Our relationships are great of importance to our mental health because they help us give it a sense of belonging. And the C is about commit, doing something meaningful, create commitment and motivation. The more we engage in a project, a course, an interest, or in a group, the greater our sense of self-worth and joy in life come through. So if you're engaged in voluntary work, you have twice as much chances of having good mental health. So volunteering pays off. So you can say everyone will love you. In return, you will not get paid. I don't know if you understand the Danish humor or sarcasm about this. So for the organizations, volunteers is also important. Your collaboration with volunteers can help give your organization and institution more energy, mood, inspiration, insight, and good stories, as well as help develop your work and efforts toward new solutions in welfare solutions and tasks. Volunteers are an important and often invaluable resource in solving the welfare task of the future. In Idræt om Dagen, I've just made a short study, where it says we would like to move our welfare services out into the nature for enjoyment of our participants, completely in line with those of Silkeborg municipality's outdoor strategy. The small study shows and confirms this, and I will just outline three outputs of the study. First of all, the majority of Idræt om Dagen's users use outdoor activities and is more motivated by both physical and mental health. The second one, Idræt om Dagen in Silkeborg has succeeded that move and increased the participants' physical activity level in everyday life and kept them in it. 85 of the participants now answer they are more active than 150 up to 300 minutes in a week. So that's quite good for this target group. And at least the social economic effect is interesting. By focusing on the effect, it becomes clear that the municipality's investment and prioritization of Idræt om Dagen offers can come back several times, not only in form of the preventive health effects and what it saves society financially, but also because we have succeeded in including more target groups, which despite diseases and diagnosis are accommodated and participate in a long range of active and meaningful communities. Another example, because Idræt om Dagen is not alone about doing this. Our local healthcare center has for several years now moved their cancer rehabilitation outside. It's called Naturkræfter, nature forces. And they have also moved their cardiac rehabilitation outside. It's called Livskræfter or life forces. And a third example is a new study or a new effort called Natur på recept, nature on recipe, where people with stress, anxiety, and depression are coming out in the open, in the nature, and deals with the health in the nature. Yeah, sorry. So how can this keep on developing and evolving? That's the last slide here. It's about moving and using the outdoor for welfare task and solution. It depends on the political momentum in a community or in a municipality, and it has been decided in the city council that we in Silkeborg have an outdoor strategy. We also have an outdoor master plan where topics as welfare, knowledge and growth, outdoor recreation, outdoor facilities, and how we communicate historical things. All of this is being decided in the city council, and we have this outdoor strategy, and we have an aim to get to be the Danish capital for outdoor. So here are some. We have Idræt om Dagen, of course, have a website and a Facebook site.
Great. Thank you so much.
Sorry. It was a lot.
No. It's exactly. We are on time. We are running on time. No, nothing. Okay. So thank you so much, Casper. Very nice initiative that shows how inclusion, community connection can happen naturally when sport is accessible to everyone and at any age and at any time. I must say that Silkeborg is a great example. Silkeborg community, Silkeborg city is a great example within ENOS and inspiring for other projects that we have, like the standout. I invite everyone to follow as well and to get to know more updates on the standout project, where we are leading this project on creating standards and guidelines for outdoor cities in Europe. And now, without losing much more time, we go south to Portugal, where outdoor sports are being integrated directly into education. João will share how the water sports in school curriculum is helping young people developing skills, confidence, and of course, love for nature through surf and water-based activities. But before João starts the presentation, I would like to remember everyone, please write your questions in the chat box. We will be addressing all the questions to the presenters in the end of both presentations during the discussion and Q&A session. So João, over to you. Thank you so much. And okay, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Do you see the presentation?
Yes.
So, first of all, thank you, Luis, for the invitation, and hello to my colleagues, Aline and Casper. It was a pleasure to see your projects. Congratulations. Very inspiring, by the way. So I will start my presentation. So my name is João Zamit. I'm from Viana do Castelo. Is a city in the northwest of Portugal. We are like half an hour from Porto and half an hour from Spain, Galicia. So we are close to the Spanish border. So I'm the chairman of Surf Club Viana, and also Surf Club Viana is a founder member of ENOS, and also I'm a board member. So I will present you today. It's a project that starts in 2013, more than 10 years already. It's well, it was a collective project with the water sports clubs in Vienna. They develop with the city and also with the schools common projects. And the name of the project is Náutica das Escolas. It means water sports in schools. And the big difference, and as far as I know, this project it's quite unique in Portugal for sure. And I don't know any program like this in Europe as well, because we introduced water sports in the school's curriculum, in the physical education. So instead they go football, they go basketball, like the classical sports, they go water sports. And water sports mean sailing, rowing, kayak, and surfing. So these are some photos of the facilities and also the activity. So Viana, Viana, it's by the sea, the city, and one of the mottos of Viana, it's become one of the water sports capital of the Atlantic area. And because we have a lot of history related with the maritime issues, and we have also a lot of maritime heritage, very close relation with the fishing as well, and the discoveries. So we are committed in water sports tourism, economic development, recreational boating, maritime cultural experience, and of course, environmental sustainability. So the main projects, we have like the lighthouse building, which is Gillian. You can see this big white ship, which is to have an idea. This is a hospital boat. So this is a hospital to support the cod fishermen in the North Sea. So they support not only Portuguese, but they support also people from Spain, France, and many other countries. So to have an idea of the dimension of and importance of the cod fishing for Portugal. And also you can see here the facilities. Well, we have a Atlantic Marine as well, and also these are the facilities. On the left, the kayak, the rowing, and the surfing, which is a high performance center, and the sailing club. So and inside this ship, the hospital boat, it is a museum as well, and even the ship, it's a museum. It's the most visited museum in the city, and they have also like a part dedicated to the water sports promotion. So this is like a photo of the marina. The marina, it's in the city center, so you can see the bridge. So it's right in the city center, and these are the facilities. Well, these facilities were also financed by European Regional Development Funds, and well, they are like, I would say, the state of art of the water sports in Europe. So this project started in 2013, as I said before, and so the goal is to promote and implement water sports in the education. So we are talking about the second and third cycles. I will explain later which ages that corresponded. And so it was, as I said before, inclusion of water sports in the physical education curriculum. So, and also inside the schools, they have like sports clubs, and they start also to increase the water sports clubs in the schools. And also, of course, this is very important for the clubs, the local clubs, because that allows that the numbers of the practicants and athletes increase. Great. So we are talking like the policy, the local policy. It's the first, we call the first cycle. I don't know if you have the same names, but the first cycle is for kids from 8 to 10. Well, it's more 6 to 10 years old. Okay, they introduce swimming, and the swimming is for all students in the municipality. And the second cycle, that starts in the age of 11 to 14, they have a chance to have water sports in the curriculum. So, like I said before, rowing, sailing, canoeing, and surfing. And in the third and the high school, they have like the water sports clubs and inside the school, so they can also do water sports. And of course, during the first and the second cycle, they do a lot of visits of the maritime heritage we have, like Gili and the museum. So the partnership, it's well, I think that's the success of this project. It's the partnership between municipality, the water sports clubs, and the public schools. So the schools provide teachers and students, because the physical education teacher will go with this class, with the facilities. The clubs, they have the facilities, the equipments, and also the coaches. And the municipality provides logistics, mostly travel, bus between the schools and also the water sports clubs, and financial support. So the next steps for the project was training new teachers and also new sports agents, and the involvement of sports science universities. And what we are already implement is just like some questionnaires and some information data, so we can improve our programs. Well, this is to have an idea how many people are in this process. So we are talking about 2,000 kids a year. So it's all year round. So it started in September. It goes until June. So it's a all year round program. So, and of course, a step forward for the project, it's the creation of developing regular nautical events in the schools and outside the schools with the clubs, and also increase the student participation in water sports. So, and thanks to the projects, the city has won some awards, like the best municipality to live in, like some institutions, and also the sports award of personality of the year, and also the award from PricewaterhouseCoopers in 2015, and a good practice award, during the Maya European City of Sports. So thank you for your attention, and feel free to ask any questions about these projects.
So thank you very much, João. I think this is, again, a great example to show how outdoor sports can teach not only physical skills, but also teamwork, respect for nature, and a sense of community. And let me just thank to all the speakers for inspiring presentations. And now let's move to our discussion and Q&A session. Let me share the screen again with all of you. Can you see my question? Can you see? Okay. So now let's, as I said, let's move to our discussion and questions. And a quick reminder, if you haven't done so, please post your questions in the chat. I see that there are some questions already coming out, and we will address as many as possible in the time that we left. Let's start with our first question. Let me try to summarize it here. Okay. It's just a moment. It's a question to Casper. Could you please explain a bit further what an outdoor strategy is and how it is implemented in your municipality? And can we access some more information, basically asking more information? This is the first question. Maybe I'll let you, Casper, to answer first, because there's a second question on this thread.
Yes. Yeah. As I told shortly, we have an aim to be the outdoor capital of Denmark, and that we have worked with in a couple of years, and the main thing was to have this outdoor strategy where we come around different topics. I mentioned the outdoor master plan, where it's welfare, growth, knowledge, outdoor recreation, outdoor facilities. So we want to be outdoor using the nature in welfare task, and that's all around, all the way around. So we also do something with the schools. We do something with the facilities, with partnership with the club. It's the same as Xiao told you about, having these different partners in using the outdoor strategy. And most important is that the city council decided it, so to get the political momentum, so we can get money and resources to develop and involve more people in using the nature, both for our healthcare, but also in different efforts in the municipality. I don't know if that's the answer. Luis, you know Simon?
Yes.
Yes, and Simon has a lot of things about this. So he has some more information that I think you can. I can get it as well. But he has there's an outdoor secretary where they work with this. I don't do this in my everyday life, but they do, and they have a lot of information about the strategy and how it has evolved in the last 5 years. So
what we can promise, without cutting you out, Casper, is what we can promise is when we will share the presentations and the information from this webinar, we will add also other materials, including this one, to the participants. I think it's a good way to pass this information. So, and the second question is about prescription of nature-based activities. If you could say a bit more about it and how integrated with initiatives you presented.
As I said, we have a stunning nature in Silkeborg, and sometimes we don't have enough. What do we call it? Sports facilities. So for a couple of years ago, we thought, why don't use the nature? Of course, there is some barriers with elderly people and people with different mobilities problems, but we kept on trying, and so despite any diseases, despite any what do you say? Yeah, we try to move the arena outside and use the good thing that nature can combine. I don't know if that's the answer, but we don't have. We want to make the outdoor open for everyone, and so we kept on trying different activities using the nature and have had a good success with that. Of course, there are some barriers for some people, but we kept on trying. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Casper, for your answer. Now, one question to João. Could you please develop how include pupils with special needs as disability in school water sports program?
Okay, thanks for the question. Well, also someone asked if the collaboration is still going in Viana. Yes, it's still going. So we just stopped during the COVID times, but after that we still running the project. Well, it's quite important, this project for Viana and also for for Portugal, because as you know, Portuguese are very related with sea affairs. But to be honest, we are very far from the sea, and that's something that this project it's way more than a sport project. So I would say it's more cultural, because it's well, it's our heritage, and who knows now, we are pretty sure that it is going to be our future as well as a country. Well, so this project, it's very democratic, so it puts it give a chance to everybody participates in, including people with disabilities. What we have, like with the class, and the students they don't pay anything for this, so it's for free. And what we have when we have someone in the class that has special needs, it comes a team, it comes like an association. It's like a social association. They have therapists, occupational therapists, and they come and support us in the class. So we work in cooperation mode, and when there are these populations, we have the support of this association. So when the class goes, everybody goes, including teachers. Everybody goes to the water.
Okay, great. Thank you. No more question in the chat. So I will do one question just to from my side, and it's quite related with the project itself, you know, and the questions that we are also interested and focus on the focus group. So what do you think are the key barriers and drivers, you know, João, for these things, key barriers and drivers for cross collaboration in your initiatives, and of course more broad in outdoor sports, and what makes a partnership to succeed? I know that you already mentioned, and Casper, during your presentations, and what could be improved to make cooperation easier in the future.
Well, I can start answering.
Yeah, João.
Well, I think the cooperation, it's very related with people. So if you have, I would say, good people, the cooperation, it's easy. If you have like not good people, the cooperation, it's kind of hard. Well, the good thing here in Vienna of this project, because it started from the leaders of the city, which belong a party, of course. But the good thing is this project, no matter who's coming next to the city, even if they want to change it, I think it's the same in Silkeborg. So it's not the city council project. It's the community project, which has a lot of power. So no matter who's coming, who wants to change it or cuts or reduce, they will have problems for sure, which is a good thing. So no matter who's coming, the project will continue. I'm 100%, because it involves students, 1,000 students, dozens of teachers, and well, and fathers. So when the project started, I will just tell this little story. When the project started, as you can imagine, like going in the winter to the sea for sailing or surfing, it's not the most friendly things to present to a school director, because some of them were afraid of the project. Like they say, no, he's going to have some problems, so we don't accept this project in our school. And not all schools participate when the project starts. But what happens is, like, the next year, the fathers of the children who are not participating in the project, they ask the directors why the school is not providing these programs. And that's the mentality changing, which well, it's very interesting in this process. So it's a very welcome project for the community, and we are very proud to have this project in Viana, and wishing this project can go to another municipalities for sure.
Thank you, João. Casper, I don't know if you want to say anything about the key barriers and drivers for cross.
Yeah, I will, because in Denmark we have a unique club life based on volunteers, a very unique. I'm myself is a part of it, but not every club has it. Has the resources to get people who are inactive, who have different diagnoses, and that's where the municipality comes in. So with partnerships, where the club life does a big and very important thing for healthcare in Denmark, the municipality also can concentrate on the people who's not coming in the club life. So in all, we in collaboration with each other reach out and get and make people give the people the opportunity to stay active and commit and get into meaningful communities. We couldn't do it alone, not either the municipality or the club life, but with collaboration with each other, we come a long way, and that's the main thing. And again, without the volunteers, we couldn't do this. So that's a very important thing in Danish in club life and in a welfare task in Denmark. So that's very important to have. And what do you call it? Don't take it for given. You have to I can't remember the English word. You have to raise a flag for the volunteers, because they do a great job, and together we can reach all, I think.
Okay, thank you, Gasper, and thank you for the questions, and of course for this inspiring exchange, and of course a big thank you to our speakers, of João, Aline, Casper, for sharing such valuable experiences and also about the project Healthy Lifestyles. And before we close, let me share what is coming next regarding webinars. So the next webinar, it's already in fact next week, or means like the webinar where ENOS is involved, and will take place in October 29 at 11 a.m. in collaboration with the EuropeActive Federation, so the Federation of Parks. We have been developing quite a lot of work, or few work with the EuropeActive Federation. So, and we will be focusing on connecting people, protected areas, and also outdoor sports. And then in March, we will dive more about into trails, and this will be organized with our expert group on trails, and then we will follow by a sustainability in outdoor sports in June 2026, and this will be also organized by our expert group. So let's stay tuned, and let's keep celebrating the outdoor sports across Europe. And just before we close, we would love to hear from you. And if you have any inspiring initiative on outdoor sports or healthy lifestyle that involves cross-sectoral collaboration, please scan the QR code or get in touch with us and share it with us. And of course, don't forget to follow ENOS. Don't forget to follow the Healthy Lifestyles for Europe projects. And let me thank everyone for joining us today. And we really look forward to seeing you all again soon. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.